What's up, everybody? I'm SuperSonicJB, and guess what? I can officially say my house is haunted now. How, you may ask? Well, I was doing what any normal guy does on a Sunday night, playing Sonic Heroes, when all of a sudden, my TV went out, and I was like, ah, shit, my house is haunted! I mean, it is Halloween time now, so the ghost that's haunting me must be a professional or something. I watch plenty of paranormal activities to know that ghosts love possessing things. That's why I keep my copy of Majora's Mask stored away in this box. Also, I don't want to end up like Ben. Ah, Majora's Mask. Such a wonderful and family-friendly game. That's super creepy and depressing. I mean, just look at this! Creepy, huh? I've always loved Majora's Mask. It's a great Zelda game that doesn't actually feature Zelda, except for a small flashback scene. The game has a great story, some awesome dungeons, and some of the greatest side quests in the entire series. Aw, I'm so glad you two are finally together again. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta reverse time and undo all this. Oh, and thanks for the rupees here. Now, as some of you already know, I never actually had an N64 growing up as a kid. The first time I played Majora's Mask was at a parent's friend's house, and boy, was I stressed out. In this game, Link is trying to stop the Skull Kid from destroying the land of Termina, using this creepy moon as a weapon. Yeah, when I first saw this thing in the sky, I was terrified, and in 3 days that moon would crash into Termina and destroy everything. Yeah, the timer mechanic was very stressful to me, and I didn't play the game again until I got the 3DS remake, and that reminded me how good the actual game was. But we're not going to be talking about the remake, no. We're going to jump back to the N64 version and talk about something interesting. The Majora's Mask Creepypasta, Ben Drowned. Who the heck is Ben? Yep, Ben Drowned is the name of the Majora's Mask Creepypasta story that was written by some random dude on the internet. Why? I don't know, because he was bored? Creepypasta stories are usually pretty cheesy and follow a pattern where the writer found an old game at some yard sale or whatever and it turned out to be haunted, blah blah blah. And yeah, this is one of those stories too. And I'm gonna check it out today, so let's dive into the Majora's Mask Ben Drowned Creepypasta. Now, in this situation, I think we should take a look at the origin story of Ben Drowned. This creepypasta was created by Alexander D. Hall back in 2010. The story he created follows a college kid named Judiciable, sorry if I butchered that name, who bought a haunted N64 game cartridge of Majora's Mask at a garage sale. I told you garage sales were evil. Once he opens up the game, he finds a save file with the name Ben written on it. The guy went on and played on a separate save file and did the 4-day glitch that lets you skip the 3rd day's ending and lets you roam freely. However, after he performs said glitch, strange stuff happens. The inhabitants of Clocktown all disappear. Music started playing in reverse. Sonic got stabbed through the heart by Mephiles. Whoops, oh, sorry, wrong game. Back to the real story now. As the guy kept playing, the creepy statue of Link kept following him around constantly. Then the game teleports him to inside the clock tower where he catches on fire and dies. Then he respawns at the title screen and now the save file says, "You're next, Ben." Yeah, if this wasn't a make-believe story, I'd be freaking out worse than that time I played Resident Evil 7. As he continues playing through the game, Link's body begins to bend and glitch. Then he gets teleported into Termina Field, where he encounters Epona, Skull Kid, the Happy Mask Salesman, and that creepy statue again. After playing the Song of Healing, he catches on fire again, like he's the Human Torch or something. Then he's a Zora and finds that same creepy statue at the bottom of the ocean. And I think it puts a curse on him or something, and then Link drowns as a Zora. Wait a minute. He drowned? Just like Ben. Even the title screen knows it! And the next thing I know, I'm back at the beginning of the game. Sheesh, all that work for nothing! Also, I think Skull Kid is having a seizure here or something, cause he doesn't seem right. And Skull Kid is supposed to turn Link into a Deku scrub, but here, instead he turns him into a human again. Okay? Then Tal tries to talk to us, but then she asks us to play a song instead, and once the Elegy of Emptiness plays, we get a message saying, "You shouldn't have done that." And from this point forward, everyone and everything you read in this game says, "You shouldn't have done that." I even end up inside the Happy Mask Salesman's shop, which is especially weird considering this shop wasn't even in Majora's Mask. Then the game crashes and you can literally hear Navi, you know that annoying fairy lady from Ocarina of Time, shout, "Watch out!
Watch out!"
And then the text says, Ben is getting lonely. Well, that sucks to be him, alright. I don't want anything to do with this whole situation. And yeah, I ended up teleporting to inside the moon, where there's no masked children anymore, unlike in the original game. Nope, just a tree, and then him again. Look at him staring at— Oh God! I forgot how crappy N64 graphics looked in this game! Thankfully the game's nice enough to give me one last chance. So I better continue playing, am I right? Now, in the OG Ben Drowned story, Judiciable ends up moving out of his college dorm and has his roommate upload some of the Majora's Mask clips to YouTube on certain days. In one of the clips, everything seems normal, just Link walking through a kind of valley. But when he checks out his camera, he finds this disturbing photo. I mean, if I saw that thing on my phone, I'd delete it instantly. Link is taught the elegy of emptiness, and then that creepy crow Grim Reaper thing attacks him while he's stuck to a wall. Then he kills Link, and the next thing you know, you're in the cemetery. And let's not forget how many times the game keeps crashing throughout this entire experience. Then usually after a crash, some creepy text will appear to try and scare you, but come on, everything knows the only thing that scares me is Rex's scream from Xenoblade 2. Oh, how wonderful! It's nice to be together with my two old friends? Yeah. And what follows next is one of, if not, the saddest text in the entire game. Please, help me. Don't worry, I'll help you.
When you fix this damn door!
And yeah, I guess Link dies or something, because that's all the footage that was shown on YouTube of this creepypasta. Now, there is more to the creepypasta story, but a lot of it seems a little complicated to go over in this video. But if you want to hear the full story, go check out this guy's video on Ben Drowned. It's amazing. And while this creepypasta story is finished, there actually were some fan-made Ben Drowned games throughout the years. So, how about we check out some of those, shall we? Like this one titled, The Father. And I'm assuming, the father was Link's dad that went to go get milk one day and never came back. And you know you're in for a real treat when a game has a warning message like that at the very beginning. Oh, come on, jump scares aren't that bad. Oh my God! So the game starts off with someone talking to their father, and they think I'm invading their territory. Hey man, there was no trespassing signs anywhere, so whatever. The father says to let me in, so at least he seems cool. Right? Oh no, he sucks. So we spawn in this creepy looking room, and of course, the creepy Link statue is here too, to keep us company. And when we investigate it, a creepy face starts popping in and tries to jump scare us. That is one ugly face. The kid, at least I'm assuming this is the kid talking, tells us not to even bother helping them, or it'll just be more painful. Then we get sent into the clock tower entrance, and man, this place is super dark. I can hardly see anything in front of me, and this weird old video effect this game has going for it makes it even worse. Also, a creepy hand tries to grab me here, for some reason. Once we exit the clock tower, we notice that parts of Clocktown are caught on fire. Cause come on, what's a horror game without fire, am I right? There's no one in town except this weird creature on the bank that disappears as soon as you approach it. Also, I just wanted to point out that this version of Clocktown is the one from the 3DS remake, which is honestly pretty cool. We end up going inside the sword guy's shop and find a Deku mask in the back, but then that Re-Dead comes out of nowhere and attacks us. Then the weird voice from earlier says to stop or we'll wake him. I don't know what that means, but then we get jump scared again, so who cares, I guess. And now the town looks way darker. There's a giant here now, and the moon looks absolutely horrifying. We head into the mayor's office, where we find a creepy statue again, and it gives us one of those old Newgrounds looking jump scares. Then we find a Goron mask and get sent to the fairy fountain, where we find a Zora mask. Then we get jump scared some more, and I'm pretty sure the father hates us now. Then we get chased by a creepy image of the Happy Mask salesman, and you better run from this guy, or else you're dead. Anyways, we managed to grab the Fierce Deity mask, and then the giants destroy the masked salesman, who I'm assuming was the father all along, and bam, we saved Ben and got a happy ending. Yeah, overall this game was kinda iffy for me. I didn't really like it that much, but it gave me some frights. Now, if you didn't like that game, you could always try Majora.exe. Let me just say this off the bat. This is actually a quiz game. Yeah, I know. Why am I talking about a stupid quiz game of all things? Well, this is a quiz game that has up to 10 questions. If you get an answer correct, you can move on peacefully. But if you're wrong, prepare to get jump scared by Ben or something else. The thing about the questions is the fact that some of them are really tricky, like, when did Dawn of the New Day start? The game never actually gave me an actual starting date, so you'll have to guess here. Also, every time you fail, you have to reopen the game and start all over again. once you get some of the basic questions right, you get asked way darker ones like, who drowned Ben? And of course, that creepy statue is back for more. Then the game asks if I'll play with Ben, and considering how creepy he looks, I said no. And yeah, that ends the Ben Drown quiz! Hooray! Although there is a true ending if you get all 10 questions correct. And that wonderful ending is... Yep, a lame jump scare. Hooray! Alright, I got one more for y'all, and it's called Remember.exe. This one seemed interesting, so let's check it out. You start off by walking around what I believe is termed a field. There's no music playing, so everything's quiet. Too quiet. But then we run into the Happy Mask Salesman, and I think he may have a broken arm or something. Don't worry, dude, I know, great doctor. Things get worse though, because we end up finding Link's dead body inside a building. And in another building, we find Ben, who jump scares us and starts speaking to us about playing a game. Awesome, can we play some Mario Party or something? That would be pretty cool. But instead of doing that, Ben would rather bring some lost souls up to the moon. This is a pretty weird game he's playing here. Once we enter this circle of light thingy, the Happy Mask Salesman appears, and a countdown starts. And he tells us that we're pretty much doomed, because the moon is coming down on us. Also, Ben's here again, because of course he is! Then the Mask Salesman gives us that creepy look, and the game closes on us. But for some strange reason, Ben is still here on my desktop, watching me. Oh, and also the game shut down my PC, which, not gonna lie, was pretty freaking creepy. For some reason, I couldn't open back up the game, but apparently there is more to this game here. There's a glitchy scene with Link and the Happy Mask Salesman. You find Cremia crying in a house, and you can play the ocarina to get a special ending. In the end, it doesn't matter though, because you will die no matter what. And yeah, that's Remember.exe for ya. Pretty interesting game that actually was fun to play through. So yeah, overall, I think that the Ben Drown Creepypasta is a pretty interesting story. Although I think the original story did drag on for a little too long in the end. The fan games are pretty interesting for the most part, and I'm definitely glad that my copy of Majora's Mask isn't possessed by some ghost or demon named Ben or anything. Wait, where's my copy of Majora's Mask? Did you all hear that? Ben? Ben, is that you? Ben? Ben! Oh no, it's just Pikachu holding a knife. Nothing too scary there.